Hello and welcome back to Your Fulfilled Life. It Depends on You, an expert summit, where we are talking to experts about living a fulfilled life and how you can do it too on every level of your being, all 6 of your power zones, now that you know what they are. So today we are talking to Pat Armistead, and she is the world's first joyologist. So we're going to be talking about some emotions and your emotional harmony. She's an author, a speaker, and a coach. And if you haven't met me yet, I am Antiqua Lisha. I'm the CEO here at Your Own University, and we are so honored and blessed to be bringing you this interview series so you can step into an even more fulfilled life and, stop feeling like crap. Quite frankly, we don't have time for that. We know that you are really, really busy, and we're busy too. So we're going to keep this to 20 minutes and keep it nice and short. If you have not yet gotten your free e-media book with some of the amazing speakers that we have here featured in it to take you even deeper into this experience, make sure to download yours at yourownuniversity.com. So, hi, Pat. Welcome.
Hello, Antiqua. Wonderful to be here with you. Thank you.
You are so welcome. So let's just kick it off with our series of questions. What shifts in your life had you embrace your fulfillment and this joy?
When I think I'll start when I was 17 and leaving school. I wanted to be an artist, but my mother said, "Well, that's lovely, dear, but I think you should get a proper job." And so off I went, and I was a nurse for 16 years, and I loved that. Developed my compassionate self. In later years, I moved from there into advertising, had my own small ad agency, and was there for 11 years and really learnt to discover my fully creative self. And then at the turn of the century, I had a series of losses over a 4-year period. I lost my home and my business twice. I had cancer. I had lost my first child, a daughter. When I moved to New Zealand, I had 10 car accidents, none of which were my fault, really.
Wow.
And paid off 80,000. And at that point, my partner of 20 years found another woman and left. And I had, managed all those other stressors, but that last one was, just something I had never expected to occur. Yeah. And so I plummeted, but in that plummeting, I actually discovered Joyology. I was talking to a magician in South Australia, and in that conversation, there was a little pause, as there sometimes is. And in that pause, it just came to me, oh my God, we've got radiology, pathology, hematology, but no joyology. I'm going to be a joyologist. And so the journey began, because I had no idea what that was going to be about. I did a couple of pilots in the beginning, pilot programs, to just really explore where I might go with this. So that first 2 years was really about exploring where I might go, how I might build a model. And it was actually 4 years on that I had sufficient content and organisation and structure to build a brand. And from 2004 on, I've been living into that role and expanding it, of course. Each year it's grown and developed.
So will you explain joy?
For me, joy is our capacity to have full emotional expression, to be able to experience like a barometer of emotions, and have sufficient wherewithal to be able to manage those emotions, to be responsive and appropriately responsive. So we can become, I love the term equanimity. If we can ride with our emotions, recognize them and respond appropriately, then we experience a level of flow and we don't get the sharp peaks and troughs. So a lot of my work is about supporting people to not make so much meaning of things sometimes. We're
Yeah.
meaning-making creatures, and it's really useful to look at what we're making various events mean, and then how our responses alter when we do that.
Yeah. So what did you say about meaning? We're meaning making what?
Creatures.
Creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're meaning making creatures. And I'd like to add on that, and that's mean. We're meaning maker creatures, and that's mean. And you can tweet that. I'm gonna give that whole thing to you though. If you'll take the mean part, because I think that would be a really great tweetable. And also feeling everything. I love how you said joy is the capacity to feel everything. That's another tweetable. Joy is the capacity to feel all the ranges of your emotion. We don't talk about that very much. And I had to learn happy. I had to learn content. I had to learn wealth. I had to learn all the good stuff. And so I love that all the emotions are included.
Yeah.
So what tools, what tips, what shifts in your life happened that have allowed you to step into your joy, and what can our audience do right now to start their own process with you?
Well, when I experienced a series of losses, it really had me challenge my core beliefs. So something the viewers might like to consider is I have clients identify 21 core beliefs, which is
Uh-huh.
a really good exploration. So over the next 21 days, viewers might like to consider each day one core belief that they have, and start writing these beliefs down. Um, whether they serve or not, it's a brilliant pathway. Um, and the second is to be looking for the good and appreciating what is around you and the things that you do have in your life. And while it's listed as third, be a contribution in some way. It's been my experience that the more we give, the more we gather,
Yeah.
and that's not a new saying in by any means. But I have so found the degree to which the universe will respond to us being a contribution to somebody else, and it can be only needs to be a small thing. It doesn't have to be a massive contribution.
Yeah.
To consistently be in that place is to become very attractive.
Awesome. Awesome. Can you just give like 1 minute on how do we find our core values? If we're writing one down every day for 21 days, which is really awesome. I love that practice. How does one start recognizing is the word I'm looking for, their core values?
I think again, becoming aware of yourself and where you go when things happen, what emotions are triggered, will be perhaps the biggest indicator to notice if you see someone perhaps in poverty or somebody in pain or unwell, and notice how you're feeling. You'll be able to, you'll feel compassion.
Right.
So things will start to register once you become, make it a practice to be more mindful.
I
And
love that.
yeah.
So you're out, you see somebody, and then you go, it triggers something, and you go, what was that feeling? Oh, the feeling's compassion, and then one of your core values then is compassion.
Yeah.
Especially if it happens over and over and over again. If you start seeing that trend, then we start recognizing that trend, and that wakes us up to our core values. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love that. So now with the Joyology, what is your mission in life? Like, what is your big goal with spreading your voice and your work? And how can people get involved in supporting you in your goal?
I believe we're here to bring joy. I think joy is there for all of us in all of the things that we encounter. My goal for 2020 is that we will be having an intimacy revolution, And by that, I don't mean that we'll be getting into bed with each other necessarily. More that we will begin a practice of engaging at a deeper level and getting beyond surface conversation and engaging with others so that we come to the truth of who we really are as opposed to this surface image.
Yeah.
There are so many areas around the world that are emotionally flat. There's a lot of grief in our communities and people bury it. So for us to commune at a deeper level in all of our encounters at work, at home, out in the wider world, at the checkout at the supermarket, to engage more deeply is to bring joy to others. It lifts the energy, and it's a very simple process. So really encouraging that. I have a children's television series that I'm developing at the moment, and it's about building emotional intelligence and supporting the development of the limbic brain between the ages of 2 and 8.
Nice.
It's in development stage at the moment, but really encouraging people to seek out humour, seek out their own growth in these areas, so that we're all being energized as we step out into the world.
I love that. And congratulations on the show. And then will you make one for teenagers?
I hadn't thought of it, but yeah, there's no reason why.
Right. Please make one for teenagers. I think that I think my kids could use that for sure. And we don't really think about our emotional state. And I know for me, as I'm learning about really creating a life of fulfillment for myself, my emotions are the magnet. They're the magnet of that manifestation. And so I love what you're doing. I feel that, and I'm so happy to be able to be with you and watch you and support you and hang out with you. So I know that you have an amazing gift. You have your book, and it's really funny. So I'm going to let you say the title, and hopefully you've already downloaded her book and you got that through the email. But to work with you further, and will that also get us on your newsletter and stuff like that, so people can get involved in information?
I have a newsletter and a blog, so a weekly newsletter and a weekly blog.
Awesome. So the link to all of that is right below us here if you haven't already gotten it. And Pat, tell us a little bit about your gift to everybody, your thank you for everybody, and your book, the book that it is.
It's a book called Anti-Zap, and I don't negate the role of antidepressants. I think they serve a purpose for people who can't manage getting through a difficult period. So it's called Anti-Zap, and subtitle, A Joyful Prescription for the Unhappiness Epidemic, and written with the intention of supporting people with some science and physiology, some psychology, to get a deeper understanding as they're moving through tough times, if they're experiencing a period of depression. So A is for amuse, N is for enthuse, cheating a bit there, T is for trust, I is for intuition, Z is for zeal, A is for attitude, and C is for creativity. So they're the 7 headings or chapters. Right. And within each one, there's some core information, some inspiration, and also the room at the end of each chapter for some activity for people to do.
Wow, so it's really a workbook too. It's really a great workbook. Fantastic. So I encourage you to reach down there and get her book and say yes to joining Pat on her mission to create more joy in the world and emotional education emotional yesness, whatever you want to call it. Pat, thank you so much for joining us here at your own university and for being a part of our summit.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure meeting you. Thank you.
So everybody, we are rocking and rolling through this summit. It's so fun. It's great to hear your feedback. Please email us, respond to the emails, tell us what you feel, what you're thinking. Jump on over to Facebook, Your Own University, and comment and say hi. We're going to have each speaker's picture and name and everything up there, and a link to opt in, but you can comment right there for everybody that's watched it. We would love to know what you're thinking, and therefore Pat can respond to you and say hi and get in communication. Also, if you haven't already, go ahead and get your Divine In-9 course. It's right here below us. That link is a very sweet deal for everybody to step into redefining the 6 power zones of yourself and taking back your power and saying yes, while implementing all of these techniques and tools from this summit as well. It is such a powerful journey. It's why it's been an award winner. And you get it for literally 80% off right now for saying yes to this summit. So go ahead and jump onto that page and make sure to take advantage of either the 1-pay or 2-pay option today. Talk to you soon. See you on the next interview. Bye.